Good day to everybody out there. This is See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health, Drink a Glass of Water. And I've said it in a few other videos previously that I had 6 coconut palms that was right behind my house. Well, really, it's right beside my house. As you can see right here, my house is right there. And as you turn around and come over here on this side, you'll see that here's a coconut palm right here. Oh my God. I guess I'll leave that in the video. But there's a coconut palm that's right here. There's one over there. And then there's let's come down here and do this, because I lost the actual visual. So before I fell, I was showing you that coconut palm right there, another one right there, and then if I can catch, I'd like to kind of show you guys a better visual of it. Well, you have this coconut tree right here as well. This one here, and then you have another 2 right there, right here next to this one. You know, and everybody knows that I love coconuts. They're $7 a coconut, the green ones in the United States. We have a path that borders along this entire creek, which there's a creek behind all of these plants and stuff in these tall bush. So you have 6 coconuts right here that borders us. Right? And they weren't getting a lot of sun, so they're not producing a lot, which is the story with the mango trees. Things are just overcrowded by a lot of the tall San Juan and other trees that are here. And I felt like it was time today to start removing a lot of the trees that were blocking the sun, because we'd like to kind of get some coconut water moving forward in the future from these trees. And I think that now that we've cleared a lot of the actual trees that were blocking the light, we'll probably start to get some coconuts in the next several months. There's already some coconuts hanging off on this one over here, 2 of them. And now we just want the rest of these to start to produce, so we could just walk right outside of the house and come over here and get some coconuts. We're also going to put bananas, maybe not between, probably in between each coconut, as well as several other fruit trees. But definitely some banana, papaya, some herbs, several other little fruit trees that may not require as much sun, because, you know, we still have trees behind us. But yeah, we're going to start with these six coconut trees right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to build around those small little pockets of fruit trees and herbs and edible plants that, you know, we can start right here and grow that way to kind of add on to our food force. You guys know how much I love to grow my own food, because I love to eat vegetarian type food. So it only makes sense for me to know what I'm getting, my organic food, no pesticides, herbicides, germicides, insecticides, whatever sides, no chemicals. We don't want none of that in our food out here. We want everything to be natural, so we know what we're putting in our body. You know, it's a day and time where we don't know what we're getting when we go in the grocery store. It's a lot of different companies out there that all they care about is their bottom line. We know from watching these videos of me that I really love to eat healthy food. We also know that I not only like to eat healthy food, but I live off grid here in the jungle of Central America, where I have solar panels on my roof. I have a water well. I have no mortgage, and I have this abundance of fruit trees that you guys see, starting with these coconuts and moving on up to the mango, papayas that you guys seen in a previous video, that I have plenty of bags of papaya, avocado. Listen, whatever you name it, whatever you name, we could pretty much grow here. Only thing that I might not see growing here is the durian fruit. They say that's a really difficult fruit to grow. It does love warm weather like here. I can't believe I fell. But, you know, that's one of the trees and plants that is really, really difficult to grow here. A lot of climates, really. So I don't know, maybe something I try. I've never had the fruit. Would be nice to try it sometime. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know in the comment section, have you had the durian fruit? Is it worth me trying to grow? What do you think about the coconut palms here that I have? What would you do if you own this property with these coconut palms lined up right here? Would you guys start a guild of other fruit trees, banana, maybe a guava, papaya, thyme, oregano, basil, squash, sage, several other herbs and stuff. And I'm realizing that the herbs are going to play a really big part in this food forest here, because they are what deter and keeps a lot of pests from some of the fruits and the vegetables that we want to protect. So herbs are one of the major things that I've been focusing on in a lot of the seeds that I've been buying. And that's what we're going to spread all throughout this food forest, is a lot of herbs. That's actually my next priority outside of these little, these coconut palms here. The next priority is to continue to keep planting little herbs, spreading them out throughout the forest near the fruit trees, and build that way, because that's really going to be the foundation of the protection. A lot of the herbs, that keeps away the pests naturally, because like I said, I'm not using any chemicals, any pesticides, anything like that to kind of keep none of that stuff away, because I just don't want it in my food. I want to know what my body feels like without the chemicals from Whole Foods and Erewhon and Trader Joe's and any other department, any other venue that you could think of. So yeah, we out here at the food forest, still continuing to build. A lot of these little ants, they're gonna die, because we're gonna put the Bluggo banana right there, which the roots from the banana kind of takes over the ant colonies under the ground, and they kind of they're forced to move and go somewhere else. And as you can't see them, but I can hear them moving all across there, going back to the anthill, all across that log, all around the ground. They're going back to the anthill with leaves. I mean, it's an incredible operation that they have here, but they're messing up a lot of my fruit trees. They love the mango leaves, so it's just crazy. So yeah, we're gonna start planting a lot more bananas throughout the property so we can keep those ants away from here, because they're stopping a lot of the progress and everything that I like to do here. So yeah, we have quit our 9-to-5. We moved off grid. We started a food forest. We don't have a mortgage. We're living organically, right? And pretty much growing everything. That everything that we want to consume on a daily basis, we want to be able to grow it. Maybe certain things that we can't process, like agave and certain things like that you get in the store, nut butters and stuff like that. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that here, because I don't have the time for that. I'm not saying we couldn't, but I don't have the time to be creating that kind of stuff right here. Now, if we had to, definitely get a food processor and several other things that we have to kind of make sure that we can get those foods that we get in the store. We can create everything right here. If they shut down the grocery stores, we good. With that, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is See Thy Wealth. Water your health. Drink a glass of water.